What's up, everybody? Zario here. Don't know how well you guys can hear me. Uh, this is my 2014 retrospect plans for 2015 video going into the new year. It's Thursday, December 31st, New Year's Eve. So, Happy New Year's to everybody out there because you guys won't be seeing this until January 4th. Um, only reason why I do is because this week, as I mentioned in my uploading schedule, we finally, received the keys to the new house that I've been talking about off and on. And, the whole plan was to get moved into this, or at least get everything moved into this new house before the new year came in. And that pretty much happened. So, since Monday, we just been moving like crazy. Mind you, we had to move in two houses because I said that my cousins was going to be living in this house with us. So that's two different houses where we had to strip bare of all like the, you know, couches, beds, cabinets, well, not cabinets, but like the dressers, everything. And we pretty much got all the rooms set up by the day. Like the rooms are not completed entirely, but for the most part they're done. So now we just gotta like put things up in cabinets, and, get trash cans and everything organized and all that little minor stuff to really put the finishing touches on the house and things like that. Still have some curtains and things like that to put up, but nevertheless, like the house is it's pretty much done for the most part. And my phone ringing. So yeah, man, it was crazy these past couple days because I didn't know that we were going to be moving this quickly. I thought this was going to happen sometime in January. So I apologize for all the plans that I had that you guys didn't get to see me go through on at the time that I said I was going to do them because it was news to me that they were going to be, trying to move so quickly this week. I thought I was going to have time to do everything I said I was going to do. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made such a long schedule um, and made plans for this week. Like I would have informed you guys, but it was news to me. I apologize for that ahead of time. So, well, not ahead of time, but now. And yeah, man, crossing over into the new year. So, actually, a couple of things before I get started with the 2014 in retrospect and my plans for 2015. Um, One, I'm dressed up as an Eskimo right now because it's cold as shit outside. But I wanted to get like a scene between the fruit trees, as you guys can see. And turn this left and right. Hold on. Oh, I gotta do it like this. Yeah, yeah. Couple things. Get this swivel. You know what I'm saying? We got the lemons right here. Probably can't see it that too good. I don't want to pull one off. Can you see my hand? Yeah, like lemons right there. We got oranges right here. I like little tangerines, I mean. See right there? Got an orange tree and we got a lemon tree. I will never want for lemonade and orange juice ever again for as long as I live here. Well, you want some orange juice? Go and grind some of them oranges in that juicer. So so yeah, that's pretty much everything that you know. One of the things I'm really excited about is these fruit trees. Had a pear tree back in Louisiana, and hold on, 'cause I know this thing isn't lining up the way I had it. All right, there we go. I had a fruit tree, a pear tree back in Louisiana that I kind of miss. I like those pears. Anyway, but yeah, shout out to all my pear eaters out there. But nah, but yeah, one, I'm dressed up like an Eskimo right now. Two, you guys may see me frequently get up to check the battery life on the back of the camera. Because even though it's full, this camera sucks up battery life like really, really quickly. So I need to continuously check it, and I have a backup pair of batteries in my pocket. So if the video ever goes out, I just have to switch batteries and just do like some editing in my Windows Live Movie Maker. And one last thing, because it's cold, you guys may hear me like sniffle or like sneeze or cough or spit. I'm just warning you ahead of time. It is cold out here, but I felt like it would be better for me to do the video outside than inside. You know, there's people talking in there and things like that. And, I didn't want to get all that background noise in there. Wind is blowing, so that's pretty much the extent of that. So, just looking at everything that happened in 2014, just in terms of gaming. I'm not talking about the entire world because the world was in some shit. But I don't want to get too far off in that. This is a gaming channel, so I want to keep it primarily about gaming. Um, you know, looking back on 2014, it's been a very, very productive year for this. Well, just for me personally, as well as for the channel. So first thing I would like to say is thank you to everybody that supported me from 2006 and even later up until now, and everybody that will continue to support me as I go into the future in 2015 and beyond. Because without you guys, man, let me tell you, like, I'm one of those people that I genuinely give a fuck, and I genuinely am compassionate and thankful for what you guys have given me. Because at one point I didn't think I was going to be able to make it this far. I tell the story frequently that, when I first got started on YouTube, I was doing Nintendo DS playthroughs on a Nintendo DS emulator. And coming from that into making plans to doing, console video game playthroughs and such. I had to check the batteries. Making that happen, doing PC games and playthroughs and getting into Yu-Gi-Oh! Getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! After I took like a 2 or 3 year hiatus from it, doing Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 and everything else that I had built with that brand. And you guys just enjoy the content, and by you watching it, that's how I make my money. And you guys seem to enjoy everything I do, and I appreciate it, because literally, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be as successful as I am today. And again, I hope that you guys continue to support me into the future. And, looking back on 2014, it's been a very personal, productive year for me. By me, finally, moving out of mom's house. Moving to California, taking those scary ass flights. That turbulence, man. That turbulence. Taking 3 scary ass flights, one from Louisiana to Texas to Phoenix, Arizona, and then one to San Francisco from Phoenix, Arizona. And pretty much starting my new life here. I still had that boarding pass in my room. Yeah, that's one of those mementos that I'm gonna hold on to for the rest of my life, because that was like a big step for me, and really pushing to get my business even further than it was before. And you guys may notice that I keep looking to my right here, because I have my laptop outside as well. I figured, since my laptop kind of overheats kind of quickly, it's cold outside, so I figured I don't know, like the balance might help cool down, like the cool air might help cool down the laptop. I don't have it on the floor. I have it actually on a chair, so I'm not being stupid. So yeah, man. Me flying for the first time ever, and is that snakeskin? No, that's a old busted hose. What is that? I'm noticing something on the ground there. But yeah, flying for the first time. Really picking up on the gameplays this year. Starting a new series with like Yu-Gi-Oh! 101, Skype Fan Day, Viewers Choice Fan Day, being very fan interactive, like I wanted to do, and seeing it pay off for me in the long run. There we go. It was making like a buzzing sound, so had to make it stop. So yeah, and then even moving into this house in the later, like really right here on the cusp of a new year, it's just one of those things that it's just like, man, a lot has happened for me in this new year, in 2014, and things are just looking up in 2015. So I just can't uh, thank you guys enough for everything that you have done in terms of viewing my content and wanting me to be fan interactive, and me doing that and actually fulfilling on those plans. So 2014 has been a very, very successful year for me, and things are just looking on the up and up for 2015, which is going to be tomorrow, man. So with that being said, let me dive into 2015, the plans I have for 2015, because I got a lot of things to say. I actually had to write down everything just to make sure I don't forget anything that I wanted to talk about. So first things first, man. This past year, I've been wanting to go to Comic-Con conventions and things like that, but because of everything I had going on with me moving and me doing a few travels here and there for like my birthday and everything else in between, I just didn't have the opportunity to do that. And plus, my finances wouldn't allow me to do it as well because of everything I had going on. I had to, focus on things that really mattered. And this coming year, I hope to start to possibly, travel to, first of all, travel to Evo 2015, because that's something that I always wanted to attend, and also do like little meet and greets here and there, because I also want to travel to some anime conventions, Comic-Con conventions, as well as some video game conventions, since this is like a video game channel. I want to do that as well because, I think it will be good for me to share my story as to how I got started on YouTube with people, because I know people, they've asked me in the past, hey, how did you get started on YouTube, or saying what's the meaning behind your name. I think it'll be good to do like a meet and greet if I'm ever able to get like a panel at one of these places. But you know how some of these places are, if not, it's almost like if like you're not one of like the bigger names like Capcom or like a big video game developer, most of the time they're not going to let you get a panel at their convention, because their whole idea is that they want to draw a crowd most of the time, and the only way they feel like they're going to do that is if they have, bigger name guests for panels there. So it's no guarantee that I'm gonna be able to get a panel at one of these places, because unless you're rubbing elbows to whoever's in charge, unless you're rubbing elbows with whoever is in charge of these places, or you know them personally, chances are you're not gonna get a panel at these places. So on top of that, I don't know who to contact. The only thing I know how to do is like email. Like they never leave a number that I can call or try to set something up. So it's a possibility that I'm gonna be doing some Comic-Con and Anime Con and video game conventions here and there this year, because I want to do some meet and greets. Because I know I got viewers from like Texas, Louisiana, pretty much all over the nation, and even all over the world. I get messages from everybody in like different language. I got a guy that messaged me in German and I had to translate it. They're like, "Oh man, this game is cool. Thank you for playing it." I'm like, little things like that motivates me, man. I don't want to sound like one of those played out rappers, but yeah, man, y'all motivate me a lot. Hearing that from another country though, out of all things, that's ridiculous. So like I want to do that. So hopefully I'll be able to do that this year. I'm gonna try to budget some money so that I can get like room. And buy plane tickets and things like that, and hopefully I can make that happen. And with that being said, I also plan on getting me like a gaming calendar in order for me to keep up with all video game related releases and events. With Evo coming up, as well as like the new E3 conference this year. that's gonna happen in like the summer. Like I don't want to miss all those things. I almost missed it last year, and I made it just in time to watch it on TV live because I wanted to do my immediate reactions to it and give you guys like a recap of everything that happened at E3 2014. So I was able to do that barely, you know, POP holding it down. But no, I barely made that. So I just want to be ahead of schedule this year and just do things at a more, how can I say, do things at like a better time. Make sure that the batteries are good. Let me see. Yeah, it's already down one notch. So next thing, even though it's a minor change that I'm going to be doing in 2015, I still think it's important enough because it's the little things that matter, right? So yeah, it's the little things that matter, right? So um, you guys know that my channel update videos are called the ADSPLAY uploading schedule, and I started doing that this year. Just to give my channel updates like a name instead of just calling it like a bland channel update. I wanted to like make it, or like I wanted to give it a name that kind of personalized it for the channel and the brand. So I called it A-DSPLAY uploading schedule. And for a while now, you guys have been seeing, especially later on in this fourth quarter of the year, 2014. And somebody ringing their doorbell, but you guys started to seeing me name it the ADSPLAY U.S. which still means uploading schedule. I'm just trying to shorthand it a bit more so that I can have more space to leave what I want to leave in a title, and all the main points that I'm focusing on as far as video game releases and things I'm going to be talking about in the videos. So this next year, you know, the ADSPLAY uploading schedule name is just going to be changed to ADSPLAY U.S. That's what it's going to be changed to, in order to leave more room in the title for me to do what I need to, or put what I want to just feature me speaking about in the video. Next up, I think this is something that I think a lot of people miss, because I started doing it at the beginning of the year, but after I moved in like on May 6th, I left from Louisiana to come to California, I had kind of waned away from it little by little until I just didn't do any more for the rest of the year. So next year I plan on doing more wrap-up reviews for video games that I feel are good, new video games. Let me just say that, because I want to get more frequent with the wrap-up reviews. And I'm going to be doing them for video games that are either new or for the ones that I felt, or like older video games that I may play like during the summer or like during downtime where there's no new releases, and I can go back and I can play video games that I wanted to play at the time that they were released but never had the time to do them because either I was late to the release or, you know, I was busy with other things in my personal life that caused me to be away from, you know, playing games when I wanted to play them. But playing older games that I felt never got a fair review, because you guys know, especially in 2013 and in 2000 as well as 2014, there's been a lot of good games that people didn't give fair shakes to only because they weren't fans of like the genre, or not a fan of like the series, or they overhyped it because they were like fanboys and fangirls and they thought that the company could never do any wrong, and they just overhyped it to be more than what it was. You know, I'm pretty sure you guys can think about like a good 5 games off the top of your head that was like this. So yeah, in 2015, like the wrap-up reviews are going to be back in full effect and more frequent. So even though I say that, you know, reviews aren't necessarily my strong suit, just because you're not good at something doesn't mean that you'll never be good at it. And you know, I think this past year, you know, I think I built up the confidence of being in front of the camera a bit more, because you guys don't even see me doing videos like this anymore. Most of the stuff is just done on my laptop. So yeah, like the wrap-up reviews are going to be a lot more frequent. who knows? I may be doing them outside, on my digital camera a lot more, just to get my point across. If you guys can see my facial expressions and clearly hear the tone of my voice, which I think sometimes you can't hear with the microphones for whatever reason. I don't know. Like I think it'd just be like a better experience for everybody. So in 2015, the wrap-up reviews are going to be back in full effect. And man, are there going to be some good games coming out, with the Order 1886, Bloodborne, Mortal Kombat 10, as well as many other games for like the first quarter. So with that being said, of course, my plan for the first quarter is to get my PlayStation 4. My original plan was to get it during the fourth quarter of 2014. Of course, that didn't happen due to personal reasons, and that money had to go to somewhere else. Bills gotta be paid, man. Bills. So, I wasn't able to do everything that I wanted to because of that. So, in this first quarter, like before, I guess like the first game is gonna be released. Not the first full retail game, but the first game as far as like downloadable content. I think they're gonna be releasing it full retail as well. The Saints Row 4 Get Out of Hell DLC, or at least I think they're gonna be releasing it as downloadable content, if I'm not mistaken. It was only like $20, so I think they're all gonna be releasing it as DLC. When was the last time you seen like a full retail game like Saints Row anything being for $20? So yeah. But hopefully before then, which is unlikely, but I know for a fact that I'm going to have it either before April or in April. So by April, I will have my PlayStation 4 and I'll be able to catch up on anything that I missed. Forgive me, I told you it was cold out here, so that's one thing. And possibly even me getting an Xbox One, even though like I'm not like a fanboy or like a PlayStation brand or anything like that, or like Sony. I just never was like an Xbox type of guy, ever since like that red ring of death with the Xbox 360. I got into like a situation with like some friends where they thought I broke their PlayStation. When they thought I had actually broke their Xbox 360, like they thought I did it, but turns out it was just like a red ring. And being in a situation like that with like friends that you grew up with and things like that, going back and forth and almost fighting, it's just like one of those things like, bleh, it's just distasteful. And having a system that's pretty much brand new that malfunctions, it's one of those things that kind of turns you away from the Xbox, and I don't want any problems like that. And they even said that the Xbox One had some problems like that. People tried to say that the PlayStation 4, they had like a yellow ring of death, but that was never confirmed by like a picture or like a video or anything like that. They never confirmed that was actually happening. I think it was just some Xbox Microsoft fanboys that just wanted to try to make it seem like, oh well, the Sony PlayStation had problems too, and things like that. But I don't know. I think it was just satire for some salty Microsoft fanboys, but because I never seen anything to confirm that actually happened with the PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4. Get that. And let me stand up a bit. Let me raise this up. You guys can see me. Yeah. Oh, look at that handsome mug. Oh yeah. Oh, not beautiful. I don't know if this is too high or what. Let me lower this. Like I have no way that I can actually like check this. Maybe in 2015 I'll give me like a new digital camera that has like a face that I can like pull out to the side and actually see what I'm recording as I'm doing it, so that way I can accurately, fix whatever angles I need to fix. Possibly get something that can brighten. I can brighten like the camera in like a moment's notice without having to turn the camera recording off first. And yeah, so that's something else. Kind of impromptu. I didn't even have that written down. Next up, by the same time next year, I hope that I'm able to do this full time. So by New Year's Eve 2015, crossing into 2016, I'm hoping that, by now I'll be able to do this. But by the same time next year, I'm able to do this make videos on YouTube and make an actual living from it full time by the end of 2015, because you know even though I don't like having the feeling of having to wake up and go to like a 9 to 5 job, or actually like a 9 to 1, because like the hours kind of suck at my damn job. Even though like we get paid weekly, it's just like yeah, week by week it's just like it's bad. So I'm looking for another 9 to 5 right now, with better hours and much better pay. The manager at my job sucks. But oh, let me tell you about this. Not to swerve off the topic, but let me swerve off topic real quick. My manager is like so dumb. Like she doesn't even know how to work a computer. She's in charge of like the money and shit like that. I was trying to log into like the company website in order to like fix like my email address and like my contact phone number and things like that. And when I had signed in with what they had gave me, it said invalid username and password, and she thought that the screen was still loading. So yeah, like that's the manager that you put in charge of your business, huh? All right. Somebody that doesn't know the difference between when they got to input a username and password, but doesn't know when the screen is loading or not. Well, so I don't know, like little things like that kind of bother me. I had to get that off my chest. But yeah, hopefully next time, the same time next year, I won't be doing this. I will be doing this full time, and I ain't gotta wake up and go punch a clock. And even as I work this, this job, it doesn't hurt me as much as it may do other people, because they're not stuck in that same cycle of. I'm not stuck in that cycle of having to work and pay bills, work and pay bills. I feel like I'm, working my way to financial freedom, because eventually, I will be doing this full time. I hope it's by the end of 2015 when I can actually do that. But yeah, I feel like I'm working my way to financial freedom instead of just, working just to pay bills. I'm actually investing money and time into a hobby that I hope that can turn into a full-time occupation that pays off. When I say financial freedom, this is a little tidbit of gold that I give you guys. Like, what is financial freedom? People think financial freedom is having millions of dollars and things like that. No, not for me. For me, financial freedom is defined as, or in my opinion, it's defined as, doing what you love doing, but able to make a sustainable living off of it. Making a considerable amount of money off of it, of just doing whatever you genuinely love doing. In other words, for example, like me doing or turning a hobby into a full-time job. I like playing video games, and I feel like I'm on the verge of that big break. 2014, again, it was a very productive year for the brand, as well as me personally, with moving and finally getting things done that I actually wanted to do, and really pushing the channel, the content and everything. 2014 was really good to me. So I feel like I'm just, I don't know, like how something good is gonna happen, and it's so bad that you just taste it. Just metaphorically speaking, like you just can feel that something big is about to happen. As long as you make the right moves, as long as I make the right moves this in 2015, I feel like I'm gonna get that big break. So I don't know, I just feel like I'm just on the verge of that big break that I need to really turn this into a full-time job. So 2015, hopefully by the same time, at the end of 2015, I'll be able to say that I am doing this full-time now. So who knows, maybe with all the plans that I have in place for 2015, maybe I'll be able to make that happen. So yeah, so that's gonna be my plans for 2015, to really make that happen for myself. So yeah, I apologize for that, Mike. As I was going into like the last final bit of my video, I forgot that this video recording on this digital camera, it tops out at like 30 minutes. Actually, it was like 29 minutes and 50 seconds, but it pretty much tops out at 30 minutes. So, you know, it's a good thing that I made a habit to check the battery life. Otherwise, I wouldn't have never caught that. So, but yeah, last but not least, I want to mention that I will be doing a new channel trailer for 2015. Reason being that when YouTube did their channel redesign, I think it was either 2012 or 2013. Or was it like 2012 crossing into 2013 when they did that? But nevertheless, when they made that channel redesign some years ago, about like 1 or 2 years ago, they they gave you the option to do a channel trailer for any viewers who were not yet subscribed to your channel, and they could get like this channel trailer that where you could record and you can give them a good summary as to what your channel is about. And I did mine, but it was kind of so-so, and I didn't really take the time with it that I should have taken with it. And even then, with that being said, over time, you know, I added more things to the channel, and I'm doing new things here and there. And with 2015 coming up, you know, I plan on doing even more things than I did in 2014. So, you know, okay, it is recording, no problem. So, you know, I think it's good to update people as to what I'm doing currently, instead of something that I was doing like 2 years ago. Just to make like an updated version so that people can be up to date as to everything that I'm currently doing with my channel in these days. So I think that'll be good to do like a new updated channel trailer for the channel. So another thing is that I want to be more active on like Facebook and like Twitter, and hopefully do what I wanted to do this year was to do like some contests and like start in like beginning to give away like prizes and things like that. I know it's like a lot of like gaming t-shirt companies out there, and I know people like that stuff. So maybe in 2015 I can run like I don't know, maybe like I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say like once every 3 months or once every 4 months. I'm gonna try to do it like once every like 4 or 5 months. I don't know, like maybe even, or like I might just do it in like the summer when more people have opportunities to like, you know, like be involved with the contest. I don't know, like I want to do something. So that's a possibility. Like I'm not, like nothing is like really like in stone as of yet. So if I ever release like a video announcing that I'm doing a contest and this is what you can win and this and that and the third, then, you know, I think that'll be good. And that'll bring more people to the channel because they know they can win stuff and things like that. I mean, and on top of that, when they see everything else I'm doing, and they probably stay. So, you know, I think it would be good to do something like that, and it would be a good way to give back to the people that helped me get to where I am today, right? Or maybe even give away like a game system. I don't know. Like I want to do some type of contest and have like a contest thing going on. I don't and get to the point where I'm able to do it often. But this year, I think I'm gonna just try to stick to doing at least one contest a year. You know, at least that's the plan. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fulfill that, but that's what I want to do. It's getting real cold out here because I'm mumbling. but yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm trying to think if there anything else that I want to add in here. No, if nothing else, man. Oh yeah, again, I don't remember if I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but you know, you guys are gonna see this video. I intended to upload this on New Year's Eve, but because of everything that was happening this week with us moving into the new house and, you know, moving kind of fast and wanting to move everything from both houses because it was like 2 houses. Again, my cousins were moving in with us, so that was another house that we had to that we had to load up into the U-Haul and, you know, and whatnot. And like we were moving really, really fast, and we had help, from family members and friends that, came, and they really added to the speed. They really helped speed up the process, and we got a lot of things moved out of those houses to where both houses are basically empty at this point. You know, so now it's just organizing everything in this house now that we have to do. So it's a good thing that I'm taking the time off from like the weekly events that I do on like Friday, because since January I had like 5 Fridays. I always take that first Friday off if it's 5 Fridays, and like I'm just doing my regular routine of playing video games and whatever else I have going on. It gives me time to catch up on it, and it's good that that's happening. Because I'm gonna need that time to probably help move furniture into place and things like that. So so that's pretty much it, man. So yeah. So once again, thanks to everybody that got me this far. All my fans that have been active during you know various. Oh, one more thing. I'm glad I caught this. 2015, I also want to start doing like some live streaming. Now it's not. I haven't made a clear decision as to where I'm going to do it. I heard YouTube had like a new live streaming thing, like a new live streaming program, and like Twitch, of course, that's there. I had like a Twitch channel that I mentioned several times that was just collecting dust, and I never really did anything with it because I didn't have the ability to. And even with the program that I have now, something with the Elgato game capture device, it's not as good as I want to get it. And that leads me into something else that I wanted to mention, but that I didn't write down. I will be getting like a new laptop, a better gaming laptop, in 2015, around the same time around the same time that I get my PlayStation 4. Because this laptop, even though it's good for like video editing and things like that, it's not good for gaming like that. And when it does, and like the only time it's good for gaming is when I have to put like a fan underneath it in order to keep it cool so that it doesn't lag, and even sometimes that doesn't work. Like the processors and the graphics card in this, I have to set all the games to like the lowest setting in order for me to play those games. And it kind of sucks because you want to enjoy like the graphical quality of the game as you're playing it. Like you want to have something good to look at while you're having something fun to play. That's definitely what he said. I am he. But no, yeah, I definitely need some better equipment. I already mentioned that I plan on getting like a better digital camera for like travel vlogs and things like that, and vlog style videos like this one, that has a screen where I could actually see what I'm recording at the moment that I'm recording it. I think that would be good. Getting a better gaming laptop, to handle those games that aren't released on consoles and that are like PC exclusives. I think it would be real good because I do have like a Steam account. I just haven't had the ability to like download anything off of it. Like I really haven't been able to like use it the way I wanted to. But I've been had like a Steam account for like 3 years, and I just haven't used it the way I wanted to. But yeah, that's everything, man. I'm glad I caught that last little bit. But yeah, like as far as like the live streaming going, just getting finished what I was saying about that. I haven't made a decision as to where I'm going to live stream. So that's going to be still up for debate, even probably after I get my new gaming laptop. I don't know if I want to do it with Twitch or this new YouTube live streaming program that they have, or with this other website called Hitbox. I don't know. Like I may do it with either one of those, because just like in 2014, I wanted to get more fan interactive, and I did that. Like with my Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 series, and oh, and I might be doing some contests with Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 as well, where I start, buying like box sets, and I'll start, like giving those away during contests or something like that. Who knows? But that's not, but that remains to be seen until like I get my financial situation straight, with everything happening in this new house and things like that. Um, there's still some things I need to do. I need to get like a drywall put up so that I can have like some privacy. That way I won't have to worry about you guys hearing. That way you guys won't have to worry about hearing like background noise like that. How coincidental. How convenient, right? You guys won't have to worry about hearing background noise like that while I'm outside or like when I'm inside. So, from like various talking and because people are like very loud. So, just like you guys heard when I was living in my previous home, I'm pretty sure you heard videos where it was like a lot of loud talking happening in the background, and like the noise cancellation, like they were talking so loud that like the noise cancellation feature in the microphone in the headset that I'm using didn't even, it wasn't even able to cancel that noise. So I'm getting like a thick drywall placed in that open area where you guys can see like the staircase. If you guys have watched like the new tour house videos for 2014 that I uploaded prior to moving and getting my services disconnected from that old house and having to move here, that won't be here till again early morning January 4th. So it's gonna be like the first Sunday in the new year where you guys see that. And this is actually a good time for me because there's nothing coming out until like the 20th with the Saints Row 4 DLC. Get Out of Hell. That's coming on like the 20th, or at least that's when it's scheduled to come out. Yeah. So that's like everything I have with that. So it's like 3 solid weeks with nothing going on until then. So this is like a really, really open time for me to just have fun and just catch up on whatever I wanted to do. So this is like actually like a really good time, like for me to be moving, if any time at all, going into the new year, because like I need this time where there's like no new releases to like catch up on my money and have money to buy games and things like that. Another game that I don't think I mentioned earlier that I'm really looking forward to, which is actually going to be like a free download for like everybody that already owns the game, just based on what the creators and the developers said at Havoc, and as well as at Namco Bandai. The Sin of the First Scholar for Dark Souls 2. They put like a new boss in the game, and like they're gonna be doing like a retail release with like all like the DLCs up until that point, up until now, and as well as they're gonna have like a new boss in there supposedly, and like some other new stuff. Like some updated like biographies and some updated like descriptions of like the spells and the miracles and like the pyromancies, etc., as well as like the weapons and the armor and all the characters and things like that. They plan on doing like updated on like definitions and like stories behind all of those things. So that'll be something to look forward to. I'm curious to see what else they add to the game and if it's worth doing like a full playthrough of. Because I don't want to lose all my items if I got to go out there and buy a new copy of the game. I think that would suck. But I don't think that's going to be the case with me having to download it. So hopefully I don't like lose anything from that download. But yeah, that's something else I'm looking forward to. So man, that's everything, man. So without further ado, wow, the wind finally stopped blowing. Yeah, I want to get like that drywall put up in my room so that I can do everything in-house. I won't have to come outside and for various reasons to do videos, and able to pull like those late night gaming sessions without having a whole house hear my gaming commentary and all the noise from like the television and the game. They can sleep in peace while I'm still doing what I have to do, or everything that I made plans to do. So yeah, that's That's everything, man. That is everything. So again, I can't thank you guys enough for supporting me up until now, and all my future supporters and everybody who stuck with me up until now that are going to support me in the future, and everybody else that will be coming to the channel and supporting me in the future. Thank you very much, and I can't wait to see what 2015 holds in store for ADSPLAY Yu-Gi-Oh! 101. So that being said, peace. Take care, and see you guys in the new year. Happy New Year to everybody.